you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south, more specifically the little town of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And I'm here in front of the Hollywood Star Cars Museum, a museum of cars that were used in films, famous cars that were owned by famous people. Now, I have visited here before, and I have shown it, but it has been a few years. I think it's been about 4 years since I went in here and filmed. So I think it's time that we take another look at the Hollywood Star Cars Museum and see what's happening in the world of star cars. So please, follow me. Now we have some cars right out here in front. A lot of these are from the Fast and Furious movies, and traveling to different car museums, I've noticed that cars from the Fast and Furious movies are rather plentiful. Makes sense though, it's a movie, there's quite a few movies and they're all about cars, so quite a few cars from those movies available to museums. Now here is a vehicle, a shield vehicle from the Marvel movies. Now actually, even though I haven't seen a lot of movies, I have watched the majority of the Marvel movies. I sat down and made a point of it. Now SHIELD was an organization, apparently it originally was the good guy organization, but it turned out that Nazis were infiltrating the organization all along. Spoiler alert, sorry about that, but here's the good guys. They have the Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and the Iron Man. Here we have a tiny little Herbie out front as well. Now this is a Nissan from the Fast and the Furious Part 7. How many of these movies did they actually make? I admit I've never seen one. Probably one of my favorite, and I feel one of the most classic movie TV cars, is the Batmobile, made from the Adam West series, made by George Barris, who designed a bunch of famous Hollywood cars. This one's actually autographed by George Barris, and some features on here. The slicer, it's the slicer. Forget what the slicer was, but they have the bat ray as well in the front. Yeah, it's an amazing vehicle, and look at the innards of the car here. We got the bat phone. Actually, Batman actually had a car phone. He has parts are labeled there where he can turn on his bat radar or his afterburner. He's got his compass there on the dashboard. Really cool stuff. Back here we have the classic Adam West Batman along with Robin, where they would slide down their bat poles. They would get at the top of the poles as their alter egos, and they would slide down the poles. By the time they hit the bottom, they would somehow have their costumes on. And yeah, I don't know. I often argue that Adam West was the best Batman. Over here we have some equipment from the Batcave, flashing, what does that say? Hyper spectrographic analyzer, bat scanner receiver, bat translator, bat analyzer, anti-bat sonic device, interdigital bat sorter. Is it really necessary for every word to have bat tacked onto it? Here's a car from the movie Ford versus Ferrari, starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale. I know so little about cars, I can't tell you if this is the Ford or the Ferrari. And oh wait, there's a sign here. Okay, this is the Ford. This is the Ford right here from Ford versus Ferrari. This is the car from Gone in 60 Seconds. That was a movie starring Nicolas Cage. I think it was about stealing cars. This is another car from Fast and the Furious. So many Fast and the Furious cars. Maybe, I don't know, should I watch these? Are they good movies? Should I watch them? Is it just a bunch of cars? I mean, I know it's just a bunch of cars, but does it have a good plot? Is it worth checking out? Leave a comment in the comments section if you think I should watch one or all of the Fast and Furious movies, and which ones if I should watch some of them, which ones should I watch? This is a Lamborghini Diablo Roadster, and this wasn't featured in any movies or TV shows, but it was owned by Mike Tyson. Just imagine Mike Tyson riding there in the driver's seat with his tiger, riding shotgun. Another George Barris car, the Flintstone Mobile. This is from the movies that starring John Goodman as Fred Flintstone. Of course, the car was foot-powered. The people would sit in the car and then move their feet to make the car go. I don't understand how that was in any way better than just walking, but you know, cavemen had their own way of doing things. And then there we have Dino. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if that is Dino, but oh my gosh, I just realized I was being watched by a saber-toothed tiger. Here's the Harley Davidson, ridden by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You can see Arnold there, even though he has massive amounts of his own flesh blown off, even though he has been shot multiple times, he still takes the time to put that mask on to make sure that everyone is safe. Hey, can killer robots, can they even get infected with you know what? And here's what Arnold Schwarzenegger looks like when you cut all his skin off. Pretty spooky. There's some other props from Terminator 2. There's Sarah Connor's sunglasses, the arm of the Terminator. There is the T-800 CPU chip. And there's that creepy robot head. And this may be the most iconic of all the movie and TV cars, the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. It was from the TV show. It says in the sign there's only 17 of the original General Lees still in existence, and this is one of them. Of course, the somewhat controversial but still iconic Confederate flag on the ceiling of the car. Alright, museum tour continues up these stairs, and oh my gosh, it's Christine, the evil car. Very spooky. Nothing spookier than an evil car. And here is the Dragula, a coffin converted into a race car. This was from the television show The Munsters, but Rob Zombie, of all people, would draw inspiration and make an amazing song called Dragula as well. Let's look here in the Dragula. You can see Grandpa Munster riding in the compartment there. There's the steering wheel. And there we have Herman Munster. For some reason he's wearing a leather jacket and corduroys. One interesting fact I actually learned recently is one reason that Herman Munster that they were able to make him look so much like the Frankenstein monster was because it was actually created in association with Universal Studios, who owned the rights to the Universal Monster. Therefore, it was not copyright infringement to just make him look exactly like Frankenstein. Some information here about cars used in the silent movie era. You can take a look there at the silent movie stars. Gotta love that that mustache there. They have a little theater here you can sit in, where the seats actually look like the backs of cars, and you can learn about George Barris and his car making. This car here was created by George Barris. It was a replica of the car that James Dean was driving when he wrecked and perished. And here we have Bumblebee from the Michael Bay Transformer movies. You can see this is the car that Bumblebee would transform into in the Transformer movies. And then here's another version of Bumblebee. Apparently this is from the Bumblebee solo movie. So these are both Bumblebee car forms right here. Here's James Bond's BMW from the movie GoldenEye. We have some movie props from the James Bond movies. We have Oddjob's bowler hat. You can see the hat there, and it's actually rimmed with metal so that he can throw it. The classic villain throwing the deadly hat. Here's some of James Bond's gadgets, including a mechanism he'd use to breathe underwater. Some African conflict diamonds from Die Another Day. Here's 2 fake gold bars used in the James Bond films. There's a Fort Knox gold bar right there, and then that is diabolical Nazi gold right there. And we have a laser rifle from the film Moonraker. And then James Bond's super high-tech IBM laptop from GoldenEye. Some cards and chips from Casino Royale. I don't know what film this is from, but they have a rickshaw hanging right there. Rickshaws being the most degrading form of transportation. And there is the motorcycle from Ghost Rider, starring Nicolas Cage, as well as some of his outfit there. When you look here, you can actually see from his motorcycle glove here that some of his fingers are actually skeleton fingers. Here's the Beverly Hillbillies Jalopy from the 1993 movie starring Jim Varney. The classic old hillbilly car with Grandma riding on a rocking chair on the back. And like every Southern attraction, this museum has a moonshine still, even with a little advertisement from Old Smoky Moonshine right there.
Can't just leave it there. No, you don't, children. I seen it first. I'm sure there's enough first all.
So we travel through the rest of the museum, and it's built like a road with the cars off to the side. This is a Pontiac Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. Right here, a Burt Reynolds film. I've not seen that. I've not seen a lot of movies. Is Smokey and the Bandit something that I should take the time to check out? We're at Wally Service Station. We have this police officer riding a motorcycle there. Doesn't have anyone in that sidecar though. Never ridden in a sidecar. I think that might be fun. And here in front of the Mayberry Courthouse, we have a police car from the Andy Griffith Show. Sheriff of Mayberry. It says that Don Knotts has signed the glove box, and yeah, he absolutely did. Oh my goodness. Got jump scared by a car. This is the Jeep from Twister. As you can see the tornado scene around it. The flashing lights. It's pretty cool. It's a Jeep from MASH. Here are some of the characters from MASH. My dad, back in the days, when, the house only had one TV, my dad would like to monopolize it by watching MASH reruns all night. But I never paid much attention, so I can't name these individuals. I do, however, know who this is. This is Radar. I can tell, you can tell by his hat, even though he's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask. These guys aren't wearing masks, so I guess Radar here is the responsible one. The reason I know who Radar is because people used to say I looked like Radar. This is one of the newer vehicles here. It's a Jeep from the movie Logan, the movie where Wolverine is old and grizzled. I know Knight Rider used to be here. They used to have that car, I think it's Kit, is the car from Knight Rider. And I guess we have to say goodbye. They had a wax figure of David Hasselhoff that was horrifying that I guess is gone now. This is a Cadillac that belonged to Paul McCartney. Let's take a look. You can see he's got his golden records there and his guitar. What's in the back seat? Oh, he's got some snakeskin boots there in the back seat. That's interesting. This is another one I think that is instantly recognizable to most people. The Ecto-1, the Ghostbusters car. That iconic No Ghosts logo. I have a mirror placed on the front seat here, so you can actually see that all the Ghostbuster actors have signed the ceiling of the car. In the back seat here, you can see a cutout of Slimer there. And there is the DeLorean. I think this is a lot of people's favorite movie car. Back to the Future is a very iconic and special film to a lot of people. See the clock tower there. And Doc Brown lurking there. For some reason he's almost as tall as the clock tower. Some props from the film. Looks like these are mostly from Back to the Future 2. There's Michael J. Fox's hat, some sunglasses, the dehydrated Pizza Hut. Oh, the sports almanac. That was like one of the main driving forces behind the second movie, as well as the iconic hoverboard. Here is the race car section. See this mellow yellow NASCAR. What's over here? The motorcycle ridden by Steve McQueen, and then an Indy car that was featured in Charlie's Angels. I wonder which one of Charlie's Angels that is in the cockpit right there. Here in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area, Dolly is queen. Here is Dolly Parton's Cadillac. But they don't just have her Cadillac, they have one of her outfits there, the sequined outfit. And there's one of Dolly Parton's guitars. Right here we have a 55 Ford Thunderbird. It's autographed by the Beach Boys. And look at this, it's actually riding inside of a giant wave right there. That's pretty cool. Here we have Herbie the Love Bug. It says that this particular car was used in the film Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. Here's one of Elvis Presley's many cars. You can see it is emblazoned with the TCB logo. Some say that stands for Taking Care of Business, but I like to think it stands for the Carpetbagger. This is Bob Clark's 1953 Buick Skylark. If we walk around back here, we can see they actually have a wax figure of Bob Clark. Let's zoom in and get a real close look. Yes, look at Bob Clark. Like I said, we have Elvis's car over here, but just turned slightly to the right, and we have his son-in-law's car, Michael Jackson. Another Fast and the Furious car. This one was from the Fate of the Furious. Honestly, how many were there? I thought there was was it a number 7? Does it go beyond 7? How many fast car movies did they make? Guess we're going full Fast and Furious here. This is just a huge section full of Fast and Furious cars. This one's from Fast 5. Apparently this Harley Davidson was once owned by none other than The Rock. Okay, these two cars here are from the original Fast and the Furious. Downstairs we saw the Adam West Batmobile. Here is the Michael Keaton version of the Batmobile, which is still a really awesome design. That's that Batman right there. Oh, then we have another Batman. Actually, I think that's the Val Kilmer Batman. And there is a awkward Robin back there. It's a super weird version of Two-Face from Batman Forever. Ooh, and right there we have the Riddler's mask from Batman Forever. I really, really loved Jim Carrey in that movie. Here's the Batman movie prop collection. It looks like it's mostly batarangs, different types of bat-shaped boomerangs that Batman would throw. There's the bat cuffs from Batman Forever. These are bat lasers from Batman Forever. And oh, what's this? The freezing engine diamond from Batman and Robin. I guess that would belong to Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. Alright, as we exit museum. Oh, there's Kit from Knight Rider just smashing through the wall there. We are on the street. Appreciate you guys joining me here for our trip through the Hollywood Star Cars Museum here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. A really cool collection of movie cars and movie props. If you'd like to see other places I've been, check out the interactive map in the description of this video. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider donating to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month. Also now selling enamel pins, 2 different types of enamel pins in the Etsy shop. That's all in the description. Until next time, this one's in the bag.